getting back to market penetration, worldwide actually, we just published a Eurotrack tool. But throughout the world, we're having a hard time imparting audiological knowledge to medical doctors. How is there any way that we can do a better job at doing that? I mean, do you guys do outreach at all to doctors?
Yes. I think it would be really great if we outreach not to doctors already in practice, but maybe even to residents, because my brother's a radiologist, and he got all of maybe a half day in all of his training in med school, half day on the ear and hearing. So I think reaching out potentially to the up and coming doctors is one way of getting in their ear and getting the importance. I notice that I get better response from my younger doctors than from some of the older ones that may not see the significance or the importance. So.
Right, and when I've set up meetings with doctors, I've met not only with them, but their PAs and like their head nurses, because those are the ones lots of times when they'll say, he told me I should go see somebody for hearing, but maybe he didn't say who it was because he doesn't feel comfortable, Right. But the people up front, they have no problem telling you what to do, So you want to include that whole staff. You don't want to just include the doctor.
Definitely.
But I do think it's a shift.
Correct.
From trying to catch up the older physicians and medical staff into training the newer ones. I worked at a VA in California before moving to Florida, and that was part of my responsibility, was training these residents, about audiological data and things, and I think we need to do more of that, and that their programs need to focus on that.
They probably get not much exposure either to the ear itself, but also probably less to the devices and what's available. Except now they're connected too. I mean, they're doing like the kids are with texting and everything. So I think they're exposed to a little bit more. But I think there's still a huge effort that we all have to do to get them the information about hearing loss first, and then what are the options you have afterwards? Is it just amplification? Do you need something for your TV? Do you need remote mic because you're at dinner all the time, or whatever you're doing, to keep them socially active, so that we get back to the other issue of the use it or lose it, because I think that's a huge part of it. You see the people that are active, and for us, we have this thing at Siemens that our hearing aid group was really started as a labor of love, because Werner von Siemens, who founded the company, started the medical business with hearing aids, and he started it because his wife had a hearing loss. He was an inventor back then, he and the dynamo and lots of other gadgets which started the company. But one of the first things was he developed a hearing device for his wife because she was withdrawing from society. And it really is an integral part of really the start of the company, which we all look at every day, patients that we come to our offices, is how am I going to help my wife hear, because she's not going out to dinner or whatever, and so that's really how it got started. So it really does come back to that, to getting people socially active and getting them out there. So,
switching gears a little bit and talking about a little bit more specifics of your practice, what do you think of as a good mix of experienced clients and first-time clients coming into your office?
I see mainly more experienced clients, probably more experienced, and the experience will drive in some newer ones. It was interesting, I saw a lady this past week, she's a retired microbiologist. I had a test on her back in 2005. She needed hearing aids then. We had a test going to 2010. She needed them then. She got them 2013. Nothing had changed, except she decided then that she needed help.
She had to come around to it.
We told her all along, and her husband was, he knew then and then. So, but probably more people that we've helped over the years, or coming from somebody else and coming in, because I know some of my folks go to other people for help. So.
Yeah, there's the 5 to 7 years that we always talk about. It takes people to make the decision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is that way too. It's just like Mike said. I had a customer this week too that it was the third time I've tested her over the years, and she finally purchased hearing aids.
It's
And
fun to
I
see
think
that.
it's getting quicker with the baby boomers, the younger generation,
Yes.
because they want to hear. I mean, they come in and
Correct.
they're, you know, they can have a slight hearing loss. Am I ready yet?
Right.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to
Yeah.
go, you know.
But don't you think part of that's because you talk with them and you kind of spend time with them and you educate them and you say there'll be a point, but you kind of let them come to that decision a little
Exactly.
bit themselves too. So they trust you and then they come back and when they're ready to make the decision, then they're ready to
Oh,
make
yeah.
the decision, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
But
is.
some of the younger people are really eager to get on the bandwagon
They
and
are.
use the technology
They
too.
are.
They don't take so long to
Well,
make
they're
up their
used,
mind.
you know, like I have an iPhone, you know, I'm used to I go to the gym, I got my wireless headset, and if I can't hear, so you take somebody that's been using that type of technology, and now they can't hear a conversation, they think nothing of putting something in their ear to hear with.
Correct.
It's a no-brainer to them.
Right.
You know,
It's-
it's interesting we used the word technology, and I wonder if that's also just helping this whole stigma thing, is that, you
Yeah.
know, I'm getting technology, I'm not getting hearing aids. I mean,
That's
it's a
true.
subtle difference, you
Yeah.
know, even, you know, medical device, hearing aid, medical
Right.
device
Right.
technology.
Yep.
And
Just
so
enough to get them over the edge. maybe.
It's really interesting that maybe we should really think about what we call those things we all deal with every day. Because I think you're right, the younger folks are into technology, and if it's another technology device that helps them do something.
Right.
And it's really funny to see, here's a customer that comes in at the insistence of his wife, and he gets hearing aids. And now when he comes back for the checkup, she's complaining that she can't hear the TV because he's now turned it down and she now gets hearing aids.
Yeah.
She gets
That's good.
technology.
Right.
It's a good thing.